It's important to understand the science of dog training. You have to know the science behind how animals learn. You know, at the end of the day, dog training is a physical activity, right? It's like learning to dance or learning to dribble a basketball. There's certain mechanics that you have to learn and that you have to practice to get good at. You can read all the books in the world, but you have to actually practice.
I think the main reason why people sign up for these seminars is they're looking for more. People know about these tools and they know what's out there and they know about these behavior problems and they know that they can be helped. They see it, but they don't fully understand how to incorporate all these things from the tools and the foundation and everything, and understanding canine behavior as a seminar or a workshop kind of puts that all together.
The benefit of having a 4-day event like this, 4 days straight, 8 hours a day, that's 32 hours of learning. The average dog training session, if you were to sign up with a dog trainer, is a 1-hour session. We're pretty limited in how much knowledge we can impart on somebody in 1 hour.
Everyone wants things now. You want to lose weight, you want the shake. You want to put on muscle, you want the steroids. And it's always this quick fix. You can help me, here's the money, take care of it for me. That fast-paced kind of New York City mentality, that 1-hour session, it seems like you're going to get a lot accomplished, but the reality is if you're only focusing 1 hour a day on doing something different, but the other 23 hours of the day are exactly the same, there's a good shot that you're unintentionally reinforcing things, and 1 hour at the gym is not going to trump the other 23 hours of the day when you're eating ho-hos, cheese noodles, drinking Mountain Dew, and at the same time you're expecting to see those results that's going to get you ready to have your beach body. One, a dog has to know leash pressure. Because if a dog doesn't know leash pressure, it's going to be more difficult for us. Right. But if I'm asking for something and it's not happening, I can follow through and I can get that turn. If I'm zoning in on Joe right now, and all of a sudden leash pressure's coming this way, I have to get that turn. So we're always looking to steer the head. Before we get into that stuff, the dog has to know leash pressure. So imagine if the dog knows leash pressure, knows how to gravitate around you, knows how to follow. Now if I use something stronger, I might be soft, and I end up using it more for correction. The dog goes, oh, I know what to do when I feel that, because he knows how to avoid that.
Day one is to cover foundations. Throughout the weekend, we're going to be working with a variety of different dogs that people are bringing. We don't necessarily know ahead of time what types of situations we're going to have to troubleshoot. We like to give a good overview of how we work with dogs during day one. And so people are learning the concepts day one and then seeing the application of those concepts as we get into days 2 and then especially days 3 and 4. It's very subtle pressure, release of pressure, but it's very conscious, right? So a lot of times people put pressure on the leash and they wait for the dog to relieve all the pressure, but I'm using my fingers, and even just this little, like these little movements here, that's communication to him.
This environment allows us to give them an inside look on how to piece everything together.
She's ready, place, and then guide her. Yes.
You have to understand the amount of work that goes into applying these foundations and applying the groundwork so that you can be set up to do what is needed. So really the conditioning. That's what we take pride in, understanding what goes into it and making sure that we're not skimping on that.
And once he's got that, which he does, then it's super easy for me to switch over into the avoidance component of this. So he knows what to do when he feels the leash. So now he has to learn the next phase of what the command means. It started as an opportunity to earn reward, then it became a form of help. Now it's going to be an opportunity not only to earn a reward, but also to avoid a consequence.
You wouldn't want to have children for a sleepover getting ready for bed after they've been riled up. And as they're starting to get relaxed and as they're not bouncing off the walls, they're watching TV, you decide to reward them for starting to settle down by saying, "Who wants ice cream?" It's an inappropriate reward for the situation. So we have to be really, really mindful, especially when working with problem dogs, with what qualifies as a reward to them. What they're not realizing is a lot of it is the wax on, wax off. And they're like, oh, well, I don't need to know that, I just need to learn karate. Before you know it, everything's coming together. They go, holy cow, I've been learning it the whole time. And that's what makes understanding canine behavior as a seminar unique.
While we're working with each owner and dog individually, they also get to observe the other teams and how they're working with their dogs, and also how we're critiquing what they're doing. So you get to both be the active participant and the observer, which I think is incredibly helpful. So I'm not looking for anything major from him, but if I say, hey, I need you to come this way, and he even off to me a little bit. Good boy. Give me the second paw on his own. See that? I released on the first one, he offered the second one. Atta boy, Petey. Good, good. See him feeling it out? Yes. There it is. Good. We're both good about sharing the stage, but we definitely both have our unique styles that we were trying to get across.
We're very like-minded trainers and we do things really similar, but not everything is the same. We're always bouncing off of one another. The science and behind it is right, and you have to know that, but there's not necessarily a right or wrong way with our approach. And I think that's really cool that we embrace that rather than trying to look at each other and say we have to do everything exactly the same. So it's two different trainers that they're learning from and two different trainers that they're getting experience from, and just hopefully they can take it all in. Stay calm with him. If you're going to use a little more pressure, don't drag the pressure. Just come on, keep it going. But then find that slack when he's walking with you, and then don't even worry about the remote right now.
Okay.
One of the things that I value is how much time and effort goes into what we put together after hours.
We go back either to the hotel or to my home when the seminar's here locally, and we spend a couple hours just talking about the curriculum and reviewing each attendee and making sure that we spent good time with each attendee and that we feel like they are getting what they want to get out of the experience.
What's super satisfying at these seminars is when you have those breakthrough moments. One of the most satisfying moments was watching Tyler work with a dog where there actually wasn't really a plan. And we didn't know what we were gonna do. He wasn't sure. I remember asking him at one point, I go, hey man, what's your plan here? And he goes, honestly, I don't know.
You know, if I look at a dog that's, you know, some people may classify as like, you know, being a jerk and being dominant or whatever, to me that's a dog that needs help.
We're not painting the fairy tale that, you know, training is gonna set you up where you never encounter hurdles. We're getting you ready to basically understand that when you do encounter this hurdle, you have a way to get through it, over it, under it, or around it. Communication and being able to direct and guide and give feedback is really what brings it all together for the owner and brings it all together for the dog. What it boils down to is trying to figure out how I can help this human, how I can help this dog. When you establish that bond, you establish that connection, you start to see why a dog developed and, you know, man's best friend.